Here. Wow, I'm going to make everybody's day bright. Welcome to Entertainment is Dead. I am your host, Chuck. I am here with the regular crew. I have Tom returning as my cohort.
Oh, right. I have to talk because there's audio involved. Hi, everybody. Internet. Google Webs.
My brother from another mother. And then I got Steve here. Steve hates me, but we're on the same podcast, so we love each other. It's a love-hate thing.
It's kind of like the Who. Every time we go on tour, these two just fight.
Yeah, it's true.
But
we don't really fight.
And then Steve's like, we won't get fooled again. And then Lance is like, who are you? Who? And then there's an epic rap battle ensues.
We should do that. Yeah, we should do an epic rap battle. It'd be really terrible, but...
Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah,
and,
rap battle.
You know, I'm so excited. I've got Randy again.
Hello, everyone. I'm just the roadie that goes along with the band. I don't sing. I don't dance. I just load the gear.
He doesn't rap battle. He just hangs out.
You have a kitchen now?
Yeah, I finally have a kitchen again.
Oh, my God. That's good.
It was a horrible pipe burst and water everywhere, and it was a big mess. So.
Eris, happy April Fool's Day, man. Eris is in chat.
Hey! So, I want to talk about the news. A lot of announcements today. So, who wants to go first? Don't speak all at once.
Oh, man, there was so much good news today. So, Peter Capaldi's getting replaced as the Doctor by his companion, that girl that was going to leave the show but didn't. Razer released a floating mouse today. Pretty stoked. It's called the McFly.
Say what?
Super sweet. It uses special levitation technology to up your game. Somebody hacked Google and inverted it, so apparently Google's not secure anymore. Crazy, I know. Freaking hackers.
Game-wise, Vin Diesel and Paul Walker are both going to be main characters in GTA 6, so that'll be interesting.
It's pretty exciting. Like, they actually got mocap from Paul Walker before he died, I heard, and they've been prepping it for years. They knew he was going to die. Rockstar Games saw the future.
He just went so fast. I'm so furious.
I don't think they predicted it as his death. I just knew that was a cash cow.
Sorry, he dies in a car accident.
Ooh,
in the game.
How weird would that be?
Oh, that would be so terrible. I'd be furious all over again.
And the level would be called, like, foreshadowing.
Man. Paul Walker's family will never see this, but we mean no disrespect.
All right.
Wait, there's respect for that guy?
Yeah, no comment.
Steve, did you see anything in the news you want to talk about?
Well, and there was a Nintendo Direct today. Yeah, so they had release dates for like Yoshi's Woolly World, and there's going to be plush amiibos, so they're not made out of plastic, they're made out of little yarn, and they're all cute and adorable.
It's cute.
And they announced a couple more waves of amiibo. They announced that the new Zelda game is going to come out the beginning of 2016, quarter 1, 2016. Pretty stoked for that. It's going to be awesome.
I don't think Steve caught the idea of what an April Fool's episode is all about. I think he's telling real news right now.
Wait,
which is really throwing me off.
Hey, form.
Oh, sorry.
Stay in character, Tom.
My God. Anyways,
It's
so
super great.
I'm gonna tell you my news that I saw today. So, following the unparalleled success of the Microsoft Master Chief Collection, they just announced a new collection, the Fables Collection. Peter Molyneux was quoted to say, "This will change the way we see video games and stories, to make choices through 3 different titles."
Will there be a dog?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
The dog is a key mechanic.
It was a key mechanic. I am so excited for that game. Spokesperson for Nintendo, Ori Tatachi, came forward today with apologies stating, "We are sorry, America, for holding games. We did this for 2 reasons. First and foremost, because we hate you. Second, because you are all too fat." Mr. Tatachi went on to say the future titles will release games with interactions kind of similar to like, what was that? Resident Evil 4, where you had to use the knife to slice, so that we'll get people more exercise. In an attempt to do everything right, by the words of their PR person, Sony is taking on the next Leisure Suit Larry game full bore.
Yes.
Hitaro Tamagotchi was quoted saying, "We will use the PlayStation camera to let you fully interact with the Jiggle effect." So it'll be really great. I'm really looking forward to these.
Oh, it's going to be the best. Like, Leisure Suit Larry is a classic that needs to be remade, and I think the camera will be an important feature.
I mean, think about it.
I almost don't want to do
Just
it.
like
So great.
And I hear like if you wear a leisure suit while playing the game on camera, you actually get bonus points.
I thought that's how you unlock the DLC.
Maybe that's what it was, the DLC.
No, that's where you have to do
you
something
do the
special.
motion to pull your pants down in front of the camera.
That's exactly what you have to do.
And then to get through the like the levels where you have to guide the sperm past the guardians, I can't from Leisure Suit 2. You have to jump and duck, and then use the you have to wiggle your arms using the PlayStation Move.
Is the move compatible with the PS4?
You do the move to release the sperm, and then you have to jump and duck.
Oh yeah.
The new move's actually gonna have a vibrator in it, so it'll have double features.
Somebody actually, I can't remember which news site, which tech site it was, but they posted a review of a vibrator today, and they reviewed it as if it was like a smartphone. Like they talked about like functionality and hardware specs. It was pretty effing classic.
Did you see the Groupon for the banana holder?
No.
It's this plastic thing you put around a banana, but it's like textured and ribbed.
I saw.
And Groupon released a Facebook status saying, "We feel like we have to let you know every time the banana holder goes on sale. So here it is." They're like, it's shaped like a penis.
Dude, I love shopping on Groupon. You can go back to our Christmas gifts episode and hear me talking about flipping through Groupon on Black Friday, and like every other item was a dildo.
Seriously, there's so many sales on dildos on there. There's like so many adult toys. I should have a few
And
of them
they're
at
only
least that I
slightly
don't.
used, so no big deal.
Oh,
Like anytime a box of dildos falls off a truck, Groupon is there. they're like an average
fresh knocked
superhero.
Are we going to talk about what we've really been playing, or are we going to talk about the fact that I've been playing Master Chief Collection nonstop? And I mean, yeah.
Before we get into what we've been playing, did you see the trailer for Halo 5 Guardians, or could you just care less?
Are we talking? Okay, face.
I watched
Real,
it.
yeah. Real stuff.
I watched the shit out of them.
Oh my god, really, guys?
The Lock and the Chief. Dude, did you play the Halo 4 campaign?
I watched synopsises and watched the.
Okay, then
I
you don't
read
get,
the Wikipedia entry.
You don't get to have an opinion here.
Yeah, I read the Wikipedia entry, which I just barely changed to say that Master Chief has actually been Cortana the entire time.
Oh.
Even though Lance is a PvP player and likes to talk about how big his dick is to other players and how
I
to
do.
get their mothers,
I totally do
Halo,
that all the
Halo
time.
4 campaign was great.
I agree with Steve.
And I can't wait to play this addition to the campaigns.
You know,
Even if the PvP is mediocre.
I'm just trying to think of a game that I actually enjoyed a first-person shooter campaign recently. I haven't played a.
Borderlands.
I did like Borderlands quite a bit.
Quake.
No, I'm just
Destiny.
thinking more recently. I didn't love the single player in Destiny. Well, I should say, I can't really say that's a single player campaign, Steve. When you're raiding, you're not that's not a single player. It's not the same thing.
The game mechanics were all there, but the story just sucked, which you don't care
The story
about.
was terrible.
So,
Yes.
For Destiny.
yeah.
What other
April,
good
April Fools, everybody. We're just gonna talk about Destiny for 45 minutes.
Oh fuck! Tom's totally excited.
Did you guys? There was a news story. Did you guys see that Assassin's Creed 3 is actually being hailed as the best entry in the series?
That doesn't surprise me.
I was gonna say, what's the one that just came out? Unity, because that thing is a fucking stellar game.
Classic, really.
Black Flag was really good though.
I might check out Black Flag.
Oh, hey,
but
that's
I'm
free.
Really...
Is that free this month or later this month?
I don't know. I have a code for it.
That's a Games for Gold thing.
Black Flag was good. I like
Dear
Black Flag.
Microsoft, everybody bought an Xbox Assassin's Creed bundle, so give them it for free on Games for Gold.
Well, now it's. I think the reason they're doing it now is because now if you get an Xbox One, you get the Halo Master Chief bundle.
Aw, Eris, that's harsh. We don't talk about Destiny on every podcast. Well,
We did. It does get brought up quite a
it gets
bit.
brought up in every podcast.
That's been the only. That's been the only recent AAA title that I've been playing.
I think we should talk about Final Fantasy 14.
Go for it. Do it.
I want to talk about Final Fantasy 15.
No,
Let's
Okay.
talk about that.
Let's talk about
go.
sex, baby.
Lance is gonna get on Final Fantasy 14. I heard he's gonna roll a monk.
I will. Ooh,
Yep.
that sounds fun.
I'm gonna go ham on a monk. See, that's the thing about 14 that I like is the class and job system is crazy cool, and I'm a little bummed I'm just barely getting into it. It's because you can get, basically, you can re-roll your job at any time, same character, and you start at level 1 again. And then when you get certain combinations of jobs, you can do trainings to become whatever. So, like, to become a paladin, you have to have a level 30 guardian, and a level 15 conjurer. So when you hit that, then you get like a soul stone. You equip the soul stone. Boom, you're a paladin. Start doing paladin quests.
And you're like level 1 paladin again.
Level 30 paladin for that. So when you equip the soul stone, you stay. But good times. I can't read your name, but hello to you two as well. So anyway.
So Tom, what have you been playing this week? Tell me all about it.
Are we being sarcastic or serious? I can't remember.
No, this is serious.
This
now.
is serious.
We're done with
the I
bought
bought Axiom Verge last night and started playing that.
Tell me about that.
Axiom Verge is made by one guy. His name is Thomas Happ. He made the game by himself. It took him 5 to 10 years. Is my last name really Winkley? Yes, it is.
I'll monitor chat while you're doing that.
Okay, do that. But so Axiom Verge, he made it all by himself. Sony helped him out, which is pretty rad. And it's super good. If you like Metroid, Castlevania, it's got a lot of weird throwbacks. Like the text screens remind me of Commander Keen. The save points remind me of kind of a weird Castlevania save. But you play just like Metroid. You find guns that will then blow up different parts of the world to get through into other parts. Pretty sweet. So, nice. I enjoyed it.
Steve, what have you been playing this week?
Mortal Kombat 9.
Mortal Kombat 9.
You're trying to warm up before 10 for X, huh?
That is absolutely what I'm doing. Just trying to get the mechanics back down, feeling comfortable with it.
So I'm on.
I've played on 360, but
who's your character you play as?
On Mortal Kombat 9, I main Noob, Smoke, and Sub-Zero. Ninjas.
So if you hit up, I think Shoryuken had a good article about that. You're actually going to be able to preview the DLC characters on MKX.
Well, I'm buying the premium package.
Right, but I mean, before even if you don't have them though, they're going to have a feature in like a living tower where you can actually go in and preview the DLC characters to see if you like them or not, which is pretty rad.
I'm not super excited for Jason. Super stoked for Predator though. I think Predator's going to be sweet.
I think they'll both be unbalanced and they'll kind of ruin the power of the game, in my opinion.
I just feel like from movies with Jason there, he's just a slow guy, and I don't see him playing to the series super well, but I'll try it. He's included.
His turbo is like he slowly walks across the screen and just like chops you.
Just walk. Stab.
I'm really debating if I'm going to get that. Like, to be honest, I know we just got called out for talking about Destiny a lot, but I am at a verge of, I don't have any mainstays right now.
I think so. Jacob had a great idea for Mortal Kombat, and I think it's a genius idea.
Okay.
So we get multiple cases of beer.
Okay.
Multiple, and we get shots set up, and we line 100 solo cups ready to go, and mix it in with random alcohol shots, and then we play Mortal Kombat for drinks.
Fuck. I'm gonna get so drunk. No, it's not fair. I don't think there's
every
one
loss.
Game. There's not one. There's not one game that every single person that we do this podcast with is, I would say, on equal ground with. I really thought I had you and Idar, but apparently not.
Nope.
So so I think if we played Mortal Kombat, I predict Steve and Tom are gonna take it away. I'm gonna end up drinking all night. I'm gonna be drunk and throwing up after like an hour and a half. So I don't think that's really fair. No, won't do it. Or wait, can I have a handicap?
Well, you do.
Well, I am a handicap in real life, but I'm just saying, like, but can I have a handicap in the game, like, because I have not played Mortal Kombat religiously since, like, probably 2 or 3. So can I get a handicap of, like, 4 deaths, 4 per shot?
No.
We need to negotiate this.
You could practice. You could put in some effort to fight again.
Your handicap only applies if you last longer than 60 seconds in the fight.
Ooh.
So let's go back to the Jason discussion. So why aren't you excited about Jason, Steve?
Because I think he's just a slow-moving, bulky character. I don't think he fits well into the Mortal Kombat world.
I'll disagree with you though, but because Freddy Krueger did a great job in 9. Like, he may not have fit, but he was still fun. I think the cool thing Jason has going for him is no matter how slow he walks, he will always be right behind his enemy.
Yeah, so maybe he has.
They should make something where he vanishes and ends up right behind you and kills you.
Like, no matter how fast he goes, he's just right there all the time.
Yeah, there are 2 characters who actually disappear in can like projectiles will go through them now. Melina and one of the new characters.
I saw that.
So that's pretty cool. I mean, I'll play him. I'm excited to play as Tremor.
If you're fighting against Jason, you just need to turn on the what is it? It's when he's in space and they turn on the holograms of the people having sex and he gets distracted so that they can get out of the room, right?
Shit.
Or the fatality would be you suddenly get to have sex so that Jason has a reason to kill you. Because I feel like in every movie somebody has to have sex before they die, so that would be a really good fit.
I gotta put my glasses on. So I can't read your name very well, but I'm not even gonna try. But
Little Killer.
Little Killer. Jason is going to be a beast. He will have all kinds of head chops.
I agree.
Head chops. I want to see some head chops. That's true.
I just want to see a Scorpion be like, "Get over here" for that special sex move that Tom's talking about.
I'm telling you, right? Like it could be a real thing. It could happen.
Are you talking about like something you do in the bedroom where you like throw a rope to your wife and you're like, "Get over here"?
Wait, you don't do that? That's not normal. That's not a normal thing.
Okay.
Oh man. But I still think MKX. I mean, for April is probably one of the best games to hit the shelves out April, at least for me.
There's really not.
I'm excited to have a break from Destiny for AAA titles at least.
Yeah.
You just need to be playing. I'm serious, man. You need to be playing Axiom Verge, and you need to be playing Hotline Miami too. Yep.
Little Killer thinks Jason's grab move is going to be he puts him in a sleeping bag, puts him in a bag, and beat it on the ground.
Hell yes.
As long as it gets really, really bloody, I'm cool with it.
It's kind of more.
So, yeah, it better show lots of blood and guts. Yeah, I mean, I can't really think of anything else that's like a AAA title until Batman, and I wasn't even excited to play Batman, but it's been so long since I played Arkham Knight. Or sorry, not Arkham Knight. What's the other one?
Arkham City.
Arkham City. That I'm actually kind of getting excited to play.
I'm super excited for Arkham Knight.
I'm super excited for the Hearthstone expansion tomorrow.
Oh, that's tomorrow, isn't it?
Black Rock Mountain. I'll be.
Sons of bitches. Steve, we need to get some matches going. I loaded it back up on my iPad, so we need to do some.
We do, because there's going to be a daily quest now for spectating someone, and you'll get a pack for free instead of a certain amount of gold. If that shows up as your daily quest, you complete it, and you'll get one free pack for spectating somebody else.
That's good.
Speaking of Blizzard, what's the release date on the other two titles? Does anybody know?
Isn't it just Overwatch?
Overwatch is a ways off, and then Heroes of the Storm is out now, yeah?
The beta.
Is Heroes out?
Yeah, Heroes of the Storm is in beta now. So.
Oh, okay. I thought so. I saw something for beta. Did you get beta access, Steve?
Yeah, I haven't played it, though. Dude, I had such a salty experience with League of Legends, I haven't even bothered to try with, what do you call it? Heroes of the Storm.
Steve, you need to play Heroes of the Storm, and you need to stream it.
So, can I go? What I've been
do
playing?
It. You can go. Where the hell have you been? Wait, before we go in there, where have you been?
He had a leaky sink.
It's been a mess, man. Like I haven't been home, and then when I have been home, working a lot, and then obviously not having a kitchen, I've been like scrubbing dishes in the bathtub, and it's just been a big mess of things that I'm just not.
Then he clogged the tub with meatloaf. You know, it's all downhill.
Playing video games and being on the podcast took a huge back burner, which was really, really upsetting because I the whole 2 months that I've been gone, I haven't played at all. And so last night, actually, because of this last week, the new Game of Thrones episode came out for Telltale.
Oh, that's right.
Episode 3. It's called Sword in the Darkness. And so I was like, okay, this is out. I've got to play it. I'm going to be on the podcast tomorrow. And
current events.
First of all, with Game of Thrones, I don't want to give any spoilers or anything like that, but they've done a good job of making sure that you care about the characters that you're playing as. And what's neat is that you're playing as different characters from the beginning. Other Telltale games that I've played, like Walking Dead, that sort of stuff, or even as Wolf Among Us, right? You only play as one person throughout the entire thing. Game of Thrones, you're playing as 4 or 5 different characters, and they all have their own little subplots going on with the major plot that's happening,
which I think is very similar to the books, and I think
exactly.
And is this following along with the story of what's happening on the show or in the books, or is it kind of its own subplot?
It happens in the same world at the same time frame, but doesn't follow.
you're
same
playing the family known as the Foresters, and you meet people like Tyrion, you meet people like Cersei, you meet people from the show and the books, and they look like they do in the show, but you never. It's not like what you're doing is necessarily impacting them in a big way, but they're obviously the well-known characters from the show, and so you're excited when you see them. The main thing that it has going for it is that you have this, just like in Game of Thrones, the books and the show is you're the Forrester family and you're playing as all these different members of the family, and one of them's like at the wall with the Night Watch, another one's in King's Landing, another one's at home, and they're in all these different places, and there's a crisis going on with their family, and you have to choose: are you going to be loyal to your family and do what you can to help them, or like if you're playing as the guy who's at the Night Watch, are you going to honor your vows and do what you need to do on the Night Watch, because you can't do both. And so this playthrough that I'm doing, I'm actually, everyone except for one character is doing everything they can to help the family. And then when the whole series is out, I'm going to go back and replay it and do the opposite, where everybody is going to be, no, I'm a member of the Night Watch, or I'm at King's Landing and I'm going to be loyal to who I need to be, without like kind of to hell with the family. Just because I'm very interested to see.
Have house words.
Like
Iron Winter's
from
Coming.
Ice. Yeah,
I think Iron from Ice. Yeah.
Because they're the ones who make, and then if I remember right in the books, they mention Ironwood. They're the family that harvests the wood that makes the shields that basically are strong enough. That's what everyone carries into battle. Like, it's super sought after.
Are they doing anything different from the other Telltale series? Is there anything mechanically different about these games than we've seen in Walking Dead and Wolf?
Besides the multiple POVs?
Besides the multiple
people, what happens at the end of every Walking Dead episode? You have to choose between someone who lives and someone who dies. Like, that's what
pretty much.
Except for the case of maybe one, right? That hasn't happened really. I mean, it's when I thought it was going to happen, like, oh my gosh, I have to choose who's going to live or die right now. That didn't happen. The person that you chose not to save survives, and then the rest of the episode, you have to deal with the fact that you chose not to save them, and they're making you feel guilty about it. And the other person lived too, so you have, they're like, hey, thanks for saving me. And the other one's like, I'm your uncle, bro. Like, what the hell?
You're like, sorry, I thought you died. I don't think I have to listen to you.
Sorry, man. In The Walking Dead, somebody dies. I figured it'd be you.
So,
fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, there's really neat things. You're on both. You are in the place that Daenerys is, so you're across the Narrow Sea. And so you get to see kind of both sides of the war. And if you're familiar with the show and with the books, I don't know why you would play the game if you weren't. It's kind of nice or kind of neat just to see, like, oh, I know what's going to happen. Like with Joffrey's wedding, I know what's going to happen at Joffrey's wedding. So how does that affect my choice of what I'm going to do? Because I know what happens.
Fair enough.
So Game of Thrones actually starts in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I need someone's HBO logins because I don't have HBO anymore.
I think HBO will be a la carte by then, right? Or will not be a la carte
it is
in
now.
time.
It's $15, but
through Apple TV.
So if you have HBO Go, does it automatic? I didn't have HBO Go last season. Does it automatically update that day?
Well, you don't get HBO Go. You get HBO, and you get access to HBO Go.
Right, but HBO Go is supposed to be going on its own pretty soon.
I thought that was just HBO, like a.
That's just their I don't know. I think it's pretty close. I'll have to check. Anyways,
at some point you'll be able to stream HBO without having cable. That's what I'm stoked for.
You just don't know what the price is going to be. As far as I know, right now it's $15, but I don't know if that price is going to stick.
Do any of you guys watch the Flash TV show?
No.
Yes.
As Mark Hamill was in the last episode.
Mark Hamill was in the last episode, and
that was awesome.
He's getting a lot more film roles. I've noticed. Like he was in the Kingsman. Finally,
he didn't want to for a long time.
What's funny about it? Like with Flash, there was a point in the episode where he said, "I am your father," so that was pretty hilarious, just for the little Easter egg stuff. And then, obviously, everyone knows he's the voice of the Joker, but in the Flash, he was playing as the trickster. But there were moments where you would hear like the Joker's voice from the old Batman animated series, or his laugh, and I was like, "That you're Joker. You're not the trickster."
Well, apparently he was the trickster in the original Flash.
No, he was. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, what I grew up knowing him from, other than Star Wars, was Batman.
What about didn't they? I heard they showed Adam. They finally had Adam make an appearance in Flash.
That was in Arrow.
Was that Arrow?
But
same show.
Because they do the crossover stuff, we know that Arrow Adam, Felicity, Black Canary, all those people are going to be in the Flash season finale, and as far as I know, the Flash is going to be an Arrow season finale. So,
well, since we're going on TV, what do you guys think of Stephen Amell being cast as Casey Jones in Turtles 2?
I don't know. The first Turtles movie was just bad, you know.
Yeah,
Like
I didn't think it was as bad as everybody says it is. That's the thing. Like,
My 2-year-old loved it.
I
Yeah,
took it at face value.
well, that's just it. You have to take it at face value. There were things that I didn't like about it, but I think that Stephen Amell will do a great job. I just hope that we get to see more actual ninja stuff.
Well, and I hope it's
Instead of
like the comic version of Casey Jones, right? Like the super angular mask, like the hockey sticks, the cricket
Right.
bats. Like it needs to be Casey Jones. It can't be anything weird or variated. Or it'll be
Well,
really
don't
bad.
make him bulletproof because of a
Yeah.
special hockey mask he wears or something. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Unless they give him mutagen, and then he has to fight Toka and Razor.
Again.
Maybe
Lance is gone.
maybe Rocksteady and Bebop and Rocksteady will kill Donatello.
Maybe. Don't hint that. My wife already spoiled it for me. You son of a bitch. Like we're driving, and she's like, "Oh man, Kylie said Donatello."
Don't you do it.
This happens in the Turtles, and I'm like, "The fuck you say?" And she's like, "Oh, you haven't read it yet?" I'm like, "No, it came out today. How would I have read it?"
To be
Oh.
fair, we don't know for sure. It just ends with you thinking. Like it's not like he's buried or anything. So,
Are you reading? Since we're going way off track, are you
Wait.
reading Walking Dead,
I'm not anywhere close to caught up.
Steve?
Star Wars trailer before Avengers. So stoked.
Oh, that's right, and that's a month away.
Yeah. So
I already have my
excited.
tickets.
I haven't
Nerd.
bought mine yet.
Nerd.
I'm on a podcast about video games. Like this is not
Oh.
a surprise.
Good point. I had this moment at work where I was talking about Avengers and talking about the original Avengers and how they were missing Ant-Man. They're like, "Who's Ant-Man?" And I went on the spiel for like 10 minutes, and they're like, "Oh," and I was like, "I mean, ask someone who reads comics, nerds." And like, I just way embarrassed myself by just rambling on and on about comics and Ant-Man and why he was cool. And
You're like, okay, well, which version of Ant-Man? So
It's like, was it Hank Pym? Was it the other one? Was it Irredeemable?
Scotland. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I want everyone to read Civil War because that's gonna be so good.
Civil War is legendary. Like that is the reason you should be reading comics.
right, but at the same time, the movie can't do
won't
the
even-
exact plot line of Civil War because all the
Yes.
Avengers' identities are known.
Yeah,
Like,
Magneto's gonna tilt the world, and
Magneto's-
everyone's gonna freak out. It's gonna be great.
Well, Lance has officially dropped the call and jacked our framing. So April Fools, everybody. Guess who we really are now.
oh jeez.
That's really. I don't really have anything else planned for the show tonight, guys. What else do we want to talk about? Any other hot and heavy, exciting topics we can jump on before we just call it an early night?
Splatoon's gonna come out. There's gonna be a
Yeah.
3-pack of amiibos for it. Yoshi's Woolly World, that's gonna come out. What else has been announced recently? We have Mortal Kombat this month. I think there's some other
Mortal
AAA
Kombat.
title coming out this month.
Oh, let's go over the free crap. So, what was on Games for Gold, Steve? You wanted to talk about that.
I know Xbox One has the Child of Light and the super realistic pool game, like billiards. And then 360 has Gears of War Redemption, I think is the most recent one. What are the most recent Gears of War is for free. And some other games I can't remember.
Yep. And then for PlayStation owners,
Oh, yeah.
they're going to be doing Never Alone, Tower of Guns. What else are they giving out for free? Tower of Guns is free on the 7th. See if I can find the rest of the list here. Those are the biggest two. Oh, for PS3, you can get a free copy of Dishonored. And then there was
Ooh,
one or two
nice.
other indie games that I can't remember that were on that
Oh,
list.
that's
as
something I
well.
want to mention.
I never played
Speaking of
Dishonored.
Bethesda, one of the main content writers from Bungie went to work for Bethesda.
Oh, nice.
So Fallout or Dishonored, what do we think we're gonna get?
Oh, and here's the full list for PlayStation. So you've got Tower of Guns, Never Alone, Dishonored, Aru's Awakening, Killzone Mercenary for the Vita, Monster Bag for the Vita are all free this month. So pretty stoked to snag Never Alone and finally play it after watching Lance stream. And that was one I was actually ready to get down on, but not ready to financially commit to it, if you will. So
Just like your Saturday night.
Kind of getting spoiled on Xbox One and PS4. There aren't a huge amount of titles, so the free games end up being really good quality.
Yeah, helps you out a lot, especially when you have nothing else to do.
I got the 360 Gears of War and Terraria.
Okay.
360.
See,
the second half of 360 will be Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, and Army of Two, the Devil's Cartel.
Black Flag is definitely worth picking up.
That's been the one I've wanted to jump on and play. Like, I got my 2 codes, and I really have no even willpower to play Unity, but Black Flag I still want to play.
Oh,
If you don't want to go assassinate people, just sail around as a pirate and destroy things.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would get sea shanties stuck in my head for days.
Yeah, completely. On other podcasts that I have not been on, did Lance talk about Battlefield Hardline at all?
He did. Actually, Arthur and Lance both bought it.
They did.
And they've had some discussions about it.
It's $40 this week.
Yeah, and Amazon too. Yeah.
Right. Well, and I saw that on Amazon, so I was wondering if it was worth picking up or not.
I think it's a good multiplayer, but it's not getting like the crazy huge reviews everybody expected. But I think it's a little more built around zany fun and less around hardcore shooting mechanics, which is cool.
The other thing though is like multiplayer stuff, as we know, like I don't care. You know?
Right. Well, and you don't have Xbox Live, so you can't play it anyway.
No, I do not. So.
Oh, I think Lance is rejoining us. Maybe.
I have journeyed back from the black hole of Comcast, and I am here.
And with that, good night.
You.
Everyone,
Yay,
our show
good night.
over.
I'm going back to the Comcast black hole.
You actually you're kind of like Arnold, like, hey, I'm back, and you look just as good as he does in this.
Dude, have you guys heard of Arno Core?
What?
Arno Core.
No.
It is music exclusively using Arnold Schwarzenegger quotes.
Is it sort of like the one that Tim Lambesis from As I Lay Dying did, Austrian Death Machine?
It's maybe very similar, yes.
Because Austrian Death Machine is freaking amazing.
Yeah, there's a thing called Arno Core, and all their lyrics are Arnold Schwarzenegger quotes, and it's hilarious.
Okay, I'll have to check it out. Because, Tim Lambesis has a side project, and there's 2 albums, and their song, like, they have a song called, like, Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers, It's Not a Tumor, Get to the Chopper.
That's awesome.
It's
probably very similar.
It's good stuff. It is great stuff, actually.
Well,
I'm out unless we got other stuff.
I got
done.
I got nothing else. This was kind of a weird thrown together last minute episode.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. Follow us on Twitter. We got at Chuck Sweat. I'm at Thomas Winkley. Somebody asked if that was really my last name. Yes, it came from the great Ireland realm, which is why I'm a redheaded alcoholic. Webhead Bot is Randy. And at Steve
funny
Gibbs.
Update on Lance this week. I found out that I'm 30% Irish.
Which explains why
is
you're a
fucking
brunette
weird.
alcoholic.
Yeah.
That's why we get along so well.
Hey.
Hey.
That's not an Irish voice.
Oh,
Hi.
Salt Lake City locals, keep your ears tuned. Tickets should be going on sale for Salt Lake Gaming Con in the next couple of
They're on
days.
sale today.
Did they? Sweet. So check it out.
$25.
Gonna be pretty rad. $25 for 3 days of crazy gaming with concerts and all kinds of stuff. It's gonna be a great time.
Some of us will definitely be there in some capacity, whether for charities or some other gaming related
Jacob
stuff.
will be handing out free hugs.
Jacob will be giving hugs to Batman cosplayers.
Only
And
the
Eris,
Batman cosplay.
yes, Mortal Kombat X on the 14th. It'll be you, me, and my wife playing online because she's making me buy the game. But yes, we will be going ham
You're
a
willingly.
week from Friday.
Are we gonna see the showdown between Eris and Tom finally?
Well, we
Good.
had a showdown on Dive Kick. It was pretty rad. Good
I didn't
times.
see that.
Oh, it was epic. It was a good night. But yes, there will be much Mortal Kombat on the 14th. So,
You can watch me too, but I won't be
or
playing with
Tuesday the 14th. For some reason, I think it's Friday, but it's actually a Tuesday.
Maybe we can have Steve rematches Lance and watch me get my ass kicked over and over and over and over and over again.
We'll make
Mortal
something
Kombat.
happen.
you. Yeah, that sounds super fun.
Yay!
All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Next week, PC Master Race discussion featuring Danielle from Hello Sweetie. So
Yay!
we'll see how it goes.
Boom!
Pushing this button here, which makes us go to black, and then I'm muting us.